Good morning, everyone. This is Carol Settle here from Pink Dragon JJ. Here with my latest journal. This was a custom order for a Shabby Farm Journal. So this is my version of a Shabby Farm Journal. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're having a great start to your day. It's about 10 a.m. or so where I'm at. I'm on the East Coast. So wherever you're at, I hope your day is going to be awesome. And blessings over your day for you and your family and for health and wellness. Um, I'm going to get started on this because I have a tendency to make long videos and I try not to. It's just because I'm a talker. I'm a people person. I like talking with people. Even if I can't see you, I like to talk to you. Because I'm in my room doing stuff alone a lot. So it's like it's like my tribe out there. I got a tribe. So be it large or small, it's my tribe and I'm happy. So I'm going to get this started. This is 80 pages. It's about, the interior pages are 7 3/4. The cover is 8 inches and it's by about 5.5 inches. So this is covered in a vintage quilt. You can see the slow stitching on some of the places where they did some slow stitching. It's so soft and just, I was gonna put words on the front and I'm like, I can't do it. I could not cover one iota of this. I did put some trim on it to cover the edges because this was a piece and it was already cut. So I just put some trim on here. This is also vintage trim that I got this at a, oh gosh, like an old secondhand store. Stuff just piled up and stuck in the back. It was an awesome find. So this is vintage too. And I just folded this in half because it's that old, some of the vintage trims back in the day came in thick rolls and it was heavy. It wasn't like lace or anything. It was a heavier quality. So you could bend it and iron it and do that kind of stuff. So that's what this was. So I just covered it and did it around to protect the edges of this. And it actually, I think, looks pretty cute. Little hearts on it. So let me just make sure I'm in the frame here. Come down a little bit. I tried to get a little bit closer so you can see some of the pages in it. So I want to get started. Okay, I have a tie on here. I just had this. I've had this forever, and it just went so well with the colored checks. And I just, I don't know if you can see this. I just did a little square stitching around the end so it won't ravel. And this is actually sewn in to the edging. And then this is actually trim. At Goodwill, I found a child's dress that was 100% crochet. This beautiful old cotton crochet. It looks like a top or a dress that came from maybe the 70s, my era. Yep. But the whole dress is that. So and it's all different. So I've been able to cut pieces off. So I just sewed this on. It's double sewn so that it will hold on to that. I didn't do much on the inside because I wanted the old batting. There's batting in here a little bit. It's kind of worn, but I wanted the original to show through. And if she wants to add something, she can. The person that this is for. Like I said, this was a custom order. So I had some farmhouse fabric and just added the barn, put a tag in here. This is describing the journal. And then this is my business card. That's my business card. If you're interested in any custom journals, you can always contact me at that email, and I would be glad to do one for you. Or at least have a discussion about doing one. She wanted this to have the doily trims. I did a design team journal for Shawcraft One, my old barn door on Etsy, and I did this, and she really liked it. So I did the double doily closures for each signature, and I had different color gingham. How's that not perfect for a vintage farm journal? As you can see, lots of lace and trims. These are all, each one, there's 3 different kinds of lace and trims, which I also got at that store. So let's get started. This is the first page, and a lot of these digis are from various people. After I print this, I'm going to go back through because I can't. Some of them I can remember, some I can't, and I'll link who they came from. So that's page 1. And then these beautiful little pictures here. And this is actually some like cheesecloth. I just cut it and squared it. And then this is printed on tracing paper. Try printing your digis on tracing paper. Oh my gosh, it's such a cool texture. And it's great for collage work. And then I did some stenciling there. Here we've got a pocket with some of my tags that I've made. And then some tickets. And I'm pretty sure those are from Diane at Shawcraft One. Get that down in there. And the rooster is put on the background. He's a fussy cut. And these are from Shawcraft One. Diane, these are part of one of her kits. And then we've got this, some flowers, some little fabric triangles in the corners. Some tickets here. I think these are from Tailor Made Journals. I'd have to double check that, but I think that's where I got those tags. They're really cool. There's a little just piece of that coffee dyed lace. Is that not beautiful? And just had fun with it. Some seed packets, a collaged tag here, kind of a big tag. I love doing collage work. I think in here I've got some. I made a collage sheet that was a lot of fun, and I made a lot of journal cards from it. These are just some journal cards. Put a little material on here. This was from a little book I have called The Red Barn. It's like a 6x4, and it had these chickens in the chairs, which I just love. And then this is some fabric. I'm pretty sure I got this. Oh, who did I get that from? I'll note, because when I'm doing this, I tend to forget, which is bad, but I do. And love the roosters. She wanted kind of a shabby farmhouse look, so I used some things that were like English looking. This is fabric, and makes it great. And this is some of that old ribbon I was talking about that I got at that that secondhand store. It's kind of heavier, but it's great for things like this. Makes great belly bands. So if you find that old, and I love that it's fruit baskets. So if you find stuff like that, grab it. It was dirt cheap. I think it was like 15 cents. A bumblebee here, a place for her to write, because she says she does use her journals, which was exciting. Another little, I did some fancy stitching around this one. And I just did double circles here, and a circle here. And I think that's one of Diane's from one of her things. And there's one of those tickets, so I just put the ticket on there and used it to hold some other tickets. And this is actually some of my fabric washi tape that I got from BB Crafts. So bbcraft.com, and it's fabric washi, and it's so, the adhesive is real strong. So once you put it down, it's not going anywhere. And I got all different kinds of that. And here's a little collaged large tag. And this is that paper where I printed it on tracing paper. And it just makes it translucent, but it came out really good. I wasn't sure how the colors would transfer, but they came out pretty good. I had a little bird and some of that lace up here. And this is another thing. These make great little belly bands, these things here. And I have some just like little collages that I made with paper and snippets. One of Diane's has the pig on it. I love this pig. He's just a big old guy. But the butterflies just like him too. And then this is some old seersucker material that I had. I just love the stripes, as you can see. I found this at a secondhand store that I'm going to use. I can use this for journal covers or to cover tags. This is actually a baby crib bed sheet, and it's the softest cotton. It is so, you can tell it's just been worn and washed, and any fabrics I use in my journals, 100%, they've been cleaned before they go in my journals. They've been washed. So even though I get them from secondhand stores, I bring everything home and I wash it first. Even ribbons. I'll take ribbons and I'll put them in a, I have this little bag that I got, I don't know, it was like, it had a present in it. And I just tie it and throw all my ribbons in there so that they don't get tangled up, in the machine, because you don't want loose ribbons in your machine. And so they get good and clean and don't get tore up either. So that's a good hint. If you're going to wash ribbon, put it in something first that will stay tied. So anyhow, I got this and I made a large tag, milking time. And I just love this with the kitten and the cow, they're friends. So I love you, little kitties. I love kitties, I love dogs, I love animals in general. And here's a little fabric flip, a little chicken. And got a cow under there. And this what's under here is I just took different size strips of fabric and I laid it down, paper, and I just kind of bumped them up next to each other, and I like how that turned out. Just kind of doing something different. And here's a little spot here, a tag here. I did a couple triangles here. This is from I believe authentique paper pad. You know, using up my scraps. I try to use up my scraps. So, and this has little, you know, I made smaller things, a little tag there. Smaller little journaling cards. And then this is a postcard digi I got from somebody. I decided some flowers. And this is scraps from that same authentique. And I just made a little booklet with coffee dye paper. I just sewed it right down the center. And then did the corners with the same punch that I have for this. And I didn't want to mess with the cover because I like the bunnies. So that just sits right in there. That's just a plain, what's pretty. I like the cows in the blue. You don't see blue a whole lot unless it's specifically a blue digi. So I really liked seeing that. Another one of those little tickets. And then this is an envelope, of course, that I got, and I made a tag to go in it. And this is another thing that I did on tracing paper. But you see how the background shows through? Let me stand up here so I can make sure you can see that. It's not the best lighting going on here. Oh, sorry, hit my camera stand. Try to get some light over here. Let me get it up. See, you can see the flowers showing through the back. Under with more light, you can see it a whole lot better. And then I just put everything as possible because I'm a believer. So to me, everything's possible. So that just goes right in there. I just added some fabric here. Another little pretty little sunflower. I added the butterfly on there. And these were from, well, I believe those were postcards on Artie Mae's website. I believe these are hers. One of her freebies. I'll verify that. And then this is an old bag I got at an estate sale. They had a bunch of bags. So I kind of cut them down. They were huge. They were like, you probably can't even see my hands right now, but they were big bags. So what I did is I took the bags and I cut them in 4s and then glued them and made smaller bags out of them. And I just really like this, Tim Holtz Mommies and Their Girls, and put them on a piece of old vintage fabric. Added some of that ribbon. That's the same ribbon that I've done the tie on the second signature. This is actually a double. So this is one large. This is tough, and I just added this cute little ribbon I had and some ribbon on the side. And I love this little kid. Reminds me of my sister. And I just stamped on some butterflies in a very light sage green onto the print there. And then I did this rooster in the back, and I did something different here. I did the rooster as a cutout. And then I sewed it, I sewed around him, but I put him on as my tag topper. So I thought, that's kind of cool. It came out really cute. I love this blue fabric, and just added some different ribbons and I don't know, I got this in a pile of material from Goodwill, because my Goodwill, you can buy like bags of stuff. Bags of material, you never know what's in it. Some of it's not stuff you would use, and some of it is. So, but that was in there. So he kind of pokes out the top, and then this little guy goes in the front. So there you go. That's a double. And then here, and this is one of Diane's. She's got a digi-kit where she did like dictionary sayings. And I love the pinks and the blues. This says favorite, something regarded with special favor or liking, best love, preferred above all others. Other than my family and God, that would be laces and vintage papers. You journal people know what I'm saying. It's like one man's trash is another person's treasure. And this is actually a pocket I made with a napkin. And I just put the cow on there. And he is Mod Podged on there, so he's not going anywhere. This is some of that fabric washi. And I just added a little bee and did a little sign there and a number. So put a little stamp there because I think it's raspberries, but I was pretending that they were probably grapes. And I just love this with all the fruit on it. And this is let me take stuff out here. Okay, that's part of it. It's a 3, I can't remember where I first saw these. Oh, I don't know if that was Rachel from Roxy Creations or if it was Artie Mae's. Who I learned how to do these. So you take a piece of paper and you put tear this at an angle and put that on there. And then you add your little strip here. This is like a snippet, but you sew it on. And then I put the little tab on here. And then that's glued down. So you have 3 pockets all together. So I've got the back pocket. Then I've got this little pocket. And then you have this little pocket. Isn't that cool? I thought, how much fun is that? And I love making these. They're fun to make. Of course, I get excited by little things. It does not take much to get me excited. I'm that kind of person. And sometimes that's annoying to people. But for me, it's just like, you know, if little things get me excited, it doesn't take a whole lot. I don't have to spend a lot of money. I can find something that costs 5 cents and it can excite me. Like a little kid like that. And then this is one of Diane's digis that I cut, put on here, and added, these are from Artie Mae's, from her, like, tickets or little tab things. You can get them on the sheet on her site. And I just took this and added some pretty rose paper and a piece of that antique lace. Stuck it in there. That's kind of the shabby vintage form. And then this was, I have a whole pad of this, and I just loved how these cats are running around. And I was thinking of, you know, pretty much every farm has cats. They use them, you know, to kill rodents, to kill mice. And they live in the barn. So I thought, these just look like barn cats to me, chasing after something in the barn. So I just put that there so she has a writing spot. Honeybee, engine number 5, and then I had a number 5 stamp. I have a whole box of those that I love. It's 1 through 9 little number stamps. I put that on there. Another writing spot for her. I stamped this butterfly. I just did the stamp in 2 colors ink. Easy enough, easy peasy. And the colors kind of, and then I put the paper and used that as trim. I just thought it turned out real pretty. And then there's some cute chickens. Very French looking with the stripes, and I put some ribbon on here and a little butterfly. And then here's this is actually a Rita flip, and some of that tracing paper. I took one of Artie Mae's, it's actually a freebie on her website. It's like a collaged sheet, and I printed it out on tracing paper, and that's what I've used in some of these things. It's so much fun. I'm telling you, give it a shot. It's really a lot of fun to use the tracing paper because it's more transparent. Not totally, but it's really cool. And this is from Gail Augustinelli's, one of her fabric digis that she has, like doilies or something. You'll see it when you go on there. She has a couple of them, and I just love them. I made tickets in this too, and you'll see those. And just added a little something something here, and made my little bunny. I inked him so he was green. I don't know why I made the bunny green, but he was like a bright white, so didn't like it. I'm like, why not? Let's have it in that. Isn't that beautiful? God, love that. So I'm pretty sure I get my paper from a couple different places, but my favorite place, excuse me here while I to get paper, I get paper from GT Designs, and then I also get it from oh gosh, where is her? Hold on, I'm trying to find, bear with me here. It's not Artie Mae's, Austin. Is it Elsie Bell? I don't think it's Elsie Bell. No, it's not Elsie Bell. Why am I just having a brain thingy here? Goodness sakes. Cannot. Oh, Vintage Polka Dot Shop. Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop. Oh my gosh. It's too early in the day for my brain to be doing this to me. So it's from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop on Etsy. She makes the most beautiful papers. They're grungy, and I tell you what, she puts a scent in there. It's not overpowering, but it smells so good. I mean, every time I open up her papers that I keep in a box, you just get this waft of this scent. But she does all kinds of papers. I think this was one of hers. And then Renee at GT, like the capital letter G, capital letter T Designs. She does large paper, 11 by 17. And she will do it different things, and it's different textures of papers that you get. And both of them have superb, amazing prices for their paper, because I just don't have a place to, or the time, because I'm pretty busy, even though I'm retired, to do it. I want to spend my time making the journals, and I want to support them in what they do, because they do way better than I would do it. But the 11 by 17, if you fold it in half lengthwise, you get two, and you cut, and then you fold it and cut it in half, you get two perfectly sized journal pages. Not just the page, but like folded in half, that will fit in a journal. So it's awesome. But anyhow, I'll link them also. And then this is from a book that I have, and I just added some things here. It's a book that I've had, and I've used it for a long time. And this I just dressed up with the little sheep I put on there, because A is sheep. I like sheep. I think they're cute. I like llamas too. But I think I like the alpacas better. I think they're cuter. Okay, don't leave me any weird comments going, no, llamas are cuter. But I like the alpacas. I think they're cute. This is one of those digis from Gail Agustinelli. Just added this and some trim here. Provence, real French. And put that stamp on there. And of course, lavender. And this is a fabric flip. I believe this was from Emily at Vintage Polka Dot Shop. She has a lot of really cool ribbons. I've had this a while. And it's each little one is like, there's bunny rabbits, chickens, horses. I think there's one with a pig. And I just layered different materials on here. And this is from material that I had. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. And I just made a fabric flip with the chickens underneath. And this is, I got this. I don't know if I found these somewhere or if somebody sent them to me. But it's on tracing paper or vellum. And it's like little squares of recipes. I thought that was so cool. And this is just washi tape. I used as a frame around the chickens because I like their little red, whatever you call those combs things. And a place for her to write. And isn't that just beautiful? Life is beautiful. It sure is, but if that doesn't say English countryside, I don't know what does, with the flowers and all. And then some English cows there, English countryside. I thought that fits there perfectly. Gets down in there. Add a little bit of burlap to the top. And this is another one of those, but going the other direction, where you've got the three things. So, and that is the first signature. And you just tie it together. There we go. Signature number 1. And then I just added a strip of some really pretty vintage material I had down the center. So that it wasn't white. I just wanted it to have a little something here. So and I used fabric Eileen's fabric glue, since it was fabric on fabric instead of my art glitter glue. Okay, so we've got signature number 2. And I had 2 colors, so I used 2 colors. Why not, right? And here we've got this one. This is just a little envelope. And I believe this is from Diane's. And I added the do not bend. And it's, I just used one of these little, little cutout things to kind of hold it. And it's got a little print in there. So you just tuck that in there. This goes over this page. There we go. And just a place to write. Another place to write. And you can write on these. I mean, you can write in between the lines. You can write. Just because it's got a picture on it doesn't mean you can't use it. And then continuing with the bee theme here. This is from the Authentic paper pad. It was one of the pages, one of the scraps I had left. And then it just made a little tiny little collage. The word on here is bless. And I have a little teeny bee stamp. And I just stamped a little bee on the little postcard. And I think the red berries went with these. That's what that's how your eyes see things. And then a couple, these are backed with coffee dye paper. A couple bee postcards. Another bee postcard. Okay. And then here I took, I can't remember. I think these are from, Rosu. Oh, I have so many. Luna Rosu from her site. Pretty sure these were cut off of one of her digi pages, and then I took some, and these are all backed with paper, and just added a whole bunch of fruit and veggies, and a little bingo card with a chicken on it. I thought that was so cute. So just made a little thing. It's got all kinds of little tomato ketchup, some blueberries, all kinds of little stuff. I thought that was fun. And then here is just a pretty picture. I got some pictures off Pinterest and just made them into either pockets or tags. This is from that, my board. I took a board. Diane at Shawcraft 1 on YouTube is really good. I mean, and so is Gail Augustinelli, but I've learned from both of them how to do the actual the boards, the collage boards. And then once you get it all done, and it doesn't matter how you do it, when you collage, it always looks great. You just cannot go wrong with a collage board. And I think mine was probably 12 by 14 or something like that. I just used a brown, how you can get the roll of brown paper at Walmart for like wrapping packages or whatever. I cut a sheet of that and used that, and then collaged it on the front and the back. And just cut it up and made journal cards and tags. And this is, and then, I mean, it's all covered and Mod Podge, so it's not gonna, but they're fun to do. A great way to use your scraps. And then I just made this is from Artie Mae's, her little things. Love those. If y'all haven't been to Artie Mae's and gotten that, it's worth it. I mean, they're cheap, and I mean, there's so many, and she's got it where you can size them small, size them big. I got some teeny tiny ones that I use on snippets. And then this was, I think, from Luna Rosu, off of one of her farm digi that she had. And then this is just a creation I made. I took, I like my pages to have their own story. And I know that's weird, but I used to do a lot of writing when I don't do so much now because I'm doing this. But I used to write a lot, and I like things that tell a story. Even one page can tell a story. An old receipt can tell a story by the date, what was on it, and you just kind of let your imagination go and like, God, I wonder what this person was doing with what they were shopping. Sometimes it's groceries, sometimes it's like sewing stuff. It's just really cool. That's how my brain works. So those of you who know me know I'm a little squirrely in my brain. And I mean that in the sense that I tend to hop around from things, and that might drive some people crazy on my videos, and I'm sorry if it does, but I can't be anybody other than me, and I don't expect anybody to be other than who they are. Unless it's bad things, then you do need to change, but for the most part, that's what makes you unique. It's God's thumbprint on you. So be yourself. If you like something and it's going in a journal, put it in the journal. And because it shows through, that love that you put into your journals shows through to other people. So, okay, that's my spiel on that. But I wanted this to tell the story. I had this, I had gotten these from a lady who got a journal. She's actually gotten several journals from me. Thank you, Kathy. And she had sent me some die cuts, and I had this. And then there was the Tim Holtz mini people, and then the background's a farm. So it kind of looks like they're standing at the front archway to their farm, because I got chickens down here and back here, and there's their house, and that's where they live, and there they are, just framed in that picture. So I thought it came out a lot of fun. And then this is one of the part of that collage board. It says, Lord, I'm coming home someday. I am. And this is napkins, old music. You can use whatever you want. I used up some scraps from old digi-kits because I got bags of them. Like most people that journal, you end up with tons of that. So, and I like to washi. People who get my journals, you'll start to notice that. I always glue down washi tape if it's a soft, see there, soft pages, because I want to strengthen that, because sometimes if you don't, when you put your needle through to sew in your signatures, those pages can tear because you have to tighten them. You can't have loose signatures. Otherwise your book starts to wobble, pages can rip out. You really want to have it good and tight, but not too tight. But I think it was Gail that told me one time, I don't know if it was Gail or somebody else, but you want your signatures to almost have like if you were pulling on a guitar string or whatever, you want it to have that that tightness to it. So make sure I'm back in frame again. So that's what I do. Anyhow, moving on. See, squirrel, I told you. This is from Diane, one of her farm, I think it's Farming Charm digi-kits. And I just added some ribbon, some flowers here, more ribbon, and added the word happy. And this is from my board. I love the guy tipping his hat to the cow. And it says morning prayer at the bottom. And just sewed around them. And you got a journaling card. So it's a lot of fun. It's fun because when you put it together, you're going, oh, nothing's like, but when you cut them up, it's really neat how they all come out, how it all falls into place. And she's got a nice writing place here, writing place here, some more writing. I added the pretty purple flowers. Here's just a little snippet stuck in here with this pretty little bird, which was a cutoff of one of, I believe, Diane's thing, because that looks just like the other one did. Get back up there. There we go. And then this is a double. I got this off Pinterest. Just the girls, they look so French. Their little outfits, and I'm not sure what they're picking, but they're picking something. And so I've got this card, this little journaling card. And I just added that's some more of that fabric washi with the yellow roses and that. And then this, I can't remember whose kit that was in, but I loved it because it's the, those are not sunflowers, those are, are they Lazy Susans? Maybe Lazy Susans? I'm not sure, there's a name for them. And then, so it has the tuck, but it also has a pocket. So, with the geese. I love the geese. So that just kind of slides into the pocket. And then here's this. I put the bee tag on here. I can't remember if that came off Pinterest or somebody's site. And then the bee pocket was separate. And I added a rusty, I had a rusty pin here, so I just pinned it on. And then this is one of my, I call them my skinny tags, with some vintage material, Tim Holtz person, and some ribbon. And she just fits perfect right in there in that little pocket. And stamped on some little bees. And then added a butterfly here. I don't like the white, you know, these are the Tim Holtz botanical, it's like the butterflies, but they are bright white. And I don't mind white, but sometimes it's just so bright, it's like, okay, that's too much. So all I do is I take my ink, I think my vintage photo ink, and do around the edges and then take it and wipe it off so that it takes off the white, but it still leaves, you know, the color intact. And these are from BB Crafts. They're actually in their wedding section. This is strings of little plastic flowers with little rhinestones in them. And I thought they make such pretty accents on this. And so this is some of that ribbon that I got, and it had the pink on it already. It's vintage, you could tell by the feel of it. Some more of that fabric washi and some more of that material, and just made a really pretty pretty tag here, backed it with some coffee dye paper. It has the bees on it, which I like. I like the bees and the word delight. And this is just a little snippet I did. There's one of the tickets I did, and just added some stuff. And there's looks like she's trying to farm, and I think he's trying to distract her. But the kids are fighting in the background. I just now noticed that, actually. These boys are like fighting each other, and they're over here like all lovey-dovey, and these boys are like beating themselves up. Boys will be boys. And then one of the tickets. Is that just not so life? Excuse me here. I had to take a drink. And here is I made a, I don't know what to call these because they're not really belly bands. To me, belly bands go up and down straight. But it does the same thing, so it's just like a band. And I used one of, now see, I left this one white on purpose because I wanted it to stand out more from the background. And this is one of Gail's digis. And then this is one of my off my collage board. I love that little boy. Isn't he just the cutest? He's on, I think, one of Luna Rosa's digis, and it just slides right in there perfectly. Here's another one I did. Tim Holt's Little Person, just a little snippet. I think I did a video of making these, because I just do them, I sew them all like in a line, and I put gaps in between, and I make just a bunch of snippets all at once. I just lay stuff on there, put it through, keep my machine going, put a little bit of space between the next one, sew the next one, and you can get a lot done by doing that. And this is another one of my, obviously one of my things. I just put the little lady on there, and that goes down on there. She goes in there with him. Okay. And then this was a bag that I've had, and I just collaged on there just different things from different pieces that I have left over from stuff. That's the best thing to use when you do your collage boards, is pull out those bags you've got and use them. This is actually a double one too, and this is from Luna Rosa, from her farm thing, and I just used a piece of it's a handmade paper, and I just thought it was so pretty, so I used that. And then this is from the farm kit that I got, and I put this pretty brown paper, again a scrap that I had left, and the material. So this goes in the back of the sack, and then this goes into the sack itself. And this sewed on some ribbon that I have. I got 3 different kinds of different ribbons. I love this stuff. I believe I got it at Hobby Lobby. And here's another one of those 3 pocket, type snippets. And then used one of my journaling cards on here from Fresh Milk, off the collage. See how much you can get? You can get so much off those collage boards. I mean, it takes time to do them, but they're fun to do. But you can definitely get a lot out of it. Little vintage tag here. Just tucked it in under Tim Holt's flower design. Here's one of my tags. This is actually a napkin in the back. And then I just loved her. She just has such a sweet face. Truth. And then this is this was actually these words were from the authentic paper. At the very top it has a strip, and this was on there. It said, "To see heaven in a wild flower is to hold infinity in the palm of your hand." And I'm like, that's so true. I tell you what, you ever take a walk through, my sister has an acre garden that she started from dirt and a rock, a huge rock, like a boulder. And it's been 20 years, and it's like going into a fairyland. I mean, the trees that she's grown in there, the different sections, the little things that she's got. Oh God, I love my sister's garden. And that's her thing. But it feels like that. And this is just a Rita flip, used some old scraps. And here's this, and I just have a stamped piece of paper in here for her to write on, with a crow over its nest, and the number 8. And then here is another, and this decorated envelope. These little pieces I've added on here. Bee, because those are hives, and I stamped the little bees on there. It says, "This thing of treating people right is the greatest trade builder on earth. Huh. Isn't that true? And then the little Tim Holtz girls, and I did friends. And just collage that. So that slides down in there. So they are hanging out together. And here's another one of those pieces. Remember I told you I made 4 envelopes? I just glued it. So there's this. And I cut these out by hand. As you can tell, because they're not all even. But these two are material, and then this is some pretty paper, and then the word wish. So I just made a little collage there. And then here is a tag, and I put one of my snippets on here. This is actually vintage background material. And backed it with some really pretty yellow paper that I had. And this is all vintage. This is not. I think that's from Hobby Lobby. But the materials, live, laugh, and create. So that kind of, it lives there. And another tuck with a couple tickets. And this is some more of that fabric washi. I used it as a frame. Put the flowers there. This is one of Gail Augustinelli's from her website with her little customer receipts. You can always say, because it has Helena, because that's Helena, Montana is where she lives. So, and then here is, this is one of Diane Shaw's belly bands. So I just cut it out to fit. Got this little seed packet. Fits in there. And then this is from one of Diane's kits. And I just added the word prosperity on some washi tape. And the little thing there. And some paper to the back. I thought it went well. Just cut that out, stuck it on there. Thought it went well with the French chickens here. And here's another tag made from the board. Just added the, things. This was added on after and put on some more. But it has the word poultry up here. So I like that. This is from a child's book. And the rabbit, made me think of a English country. And another chicken added on this wood. Little lace here. And then this is just different things. This was a snippet that I put on at the bottom. Excuse me. Left it open and made a little miniature booklet. And it says goals. And it has a little paper in here. Isn't it cute? Isn't it the little cutest little booklet? I think that's the smallest one I've ever done. But it was so much fun. I can see why Nick the Booksmith likes to make things little. Oh gosh, excuse me. So sorry. I have allergies and they've been really bothering me. When it got hot, oh. And then here's just a pretty spot. Another from the board. So you see how many, and I've still got more that I got from there. Here he's teaching the little kids how to whittle. Oh my gosh. I so apologize for that. And then this digi. I'm pretty sure this is Diane's Shabby Vintage digi. And I just added this. And I love this picture, the white with the bees. It says and this is from Artie. No, this is from Pinterest. The flower doesn't dream of the bee, it blossoms and the bee comes. So how appropriate is that for that? And then this is a mom showing her daughter the beehive and how to treat the bees, and I added a bee in a circle there. And then a bee journaling card with some pretty red material on the back. another page for her to write on. And this you can write on it, or just, I thought it was too pretty to cover. And then I just added a piece of that fabric that I had to the back of the chicken. And that's the end of the second signature. So right now I'm just calling this a Shabby Farm Journal. She can name it and call it whatever she wants when she gets it. So this will be going in the mail probably tomorrow or Friday when I make my trip. And this is totally 100% fabric cover. The first time I have not put anything like, I usually put a 9x12 manila envelope in between to give them strength when I just use regular fabric. But this is quilt. I'm not messing with it. I was not going to mess with it. And it really, it feels so wonderful. That old vintage, it's just soft. And then this is all sewn on, so everything is strong and won't come apart. This is all double sewn. There was a couple places where I had to kind of patch it where it was starting to come apart, and I fixed all that. So that's it. So thank you for looking. Thank you for stopping and subscribe. Really would help me out. And of course the video went longer than I thought. Always does. But that's me. Love you guys. See you later.